What is up, Gamer Army? Welcome back to Psycho Gamer. I am your host, Aubrey, and today I'm going to do a follow-up video to the last one that I just made, asking what the heck is going on with Arcade1up. Now, a couple people posted that I didn't post any proof, it's just me ranting. Really, I'm not ranting when it comes to this, because if you've watched any of my other past episodes, I've pretty much fallen in love with what Arcade1up has been doing. So we're going to discuss a couple little pieces of proof that we're going to be talking about with the potential Arcade1up company selling itself or needing to be purchased. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Stay tuned. We are going to be talking about that right after this. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back. Now, this may not be a super long video, but, you know, it's going to be some information that maybe some of us as fans need to know or would like to know. I mean, realistically, they're a business. We don't necessarily have to know that they are staying open, or we don't have to know that they are closing. Now, it is nice to know whether they are staying open or closing due to, like, warranty type issues. Maybe you need a new board, or your screen has gone out, or one of your joysticks have gone out. Well, typically in these instances, if your joysticks or your buttons go out, this is probably a good time to start looking at maybe doing an upgrade on your system. So there's a lot of companies that are actually out there that are making the trackballs. There are companies making joysticks and buttons like Sanwa and such. And you can put them in there and kind of integrate them and make it where it has more of a true arcade feel as opposed to a three-quarter toy kind of feel. So I was on a group maybe a few days ago for Arcade1up on Facebook, and somebody had mentioned something about trying to get Alien vs. Predator and a couple of other titles over for Arcade1up to actually release. Well, any of us who have been following Arcade1up for quite a while know who John D. or John Diamanon. I don't know how to really say his name, so I apologize if you've actually watched this, John. He actually chimed in. Now, he is no longer related to Arcade1up, but I'm sure he's signed NDAs, non-disclosure agreements on the goings-on at Arcade1up just in general. So he actually chimed in and said that they are looking to actually sell the company, which would probably explain why there really haven't been any releases this past year. I think X-Men 97 was about the only thing that they announced, and I'm pretty sure they actually did release it. But I think it was a quiet release on their website more than anything else. It's not something you're probably going to go rush out and finding in the stores. I've seen the regular Arcade1up X-Men cabinets in the store, just not like a 97 cabinet. So that makes me wonder if when he ended up leaving the company, did all the passion go with him? You know, I mentioned in the last video that he did a lot for the company in terms of getting licenses and such, but when he left, I just don't know. I mean, I guess the company must have lost its way, or maybe he saw the writings in the sky to try to get an idea of if this company is still looking to flourish, or if another company is actually looking to pick them up. Maybe they're trying to do a fire sale. Think of what happened just this past year with the WWE. If you're a wrestling fan, they ended up letting a lot of wrestlers go, and then they ended up getting sold to the same company that ended up buying the UFC. Became what's called TKO as a company in general. So I guess the question is who or what company would be looking to possibly or potentially pick up Arcade1up? Now, A couple of names have gone out there, like potentially Nintendo would possibly want to bring them up. I don't think Nintendo's really going to want to pick up Arcade1up. Now, the reason why is because they're more focused on your home arcade machines as opposed to, hey, let's release these big, giant, honking things that people have to build and they need a lot of room for. It may be a matter of whether or not they could see it as a cash cow where they can milk it for everything that it's worth, or introduce a whole new genre of people to some of their arcade machines. I really think they're going to be more focused on the Nintendo Switch, and I guess they're supposed to be announcing the Switch 2 or whatever they're going to call it, possibly sometime this summer. So the question is what's going to happen? I haven't done any interviews with John D or anything. I've talked to him a couple times in the past, outside of just the typical forums, and he's a great guy. And I could see him doing a lot if they decide, hey, we're floundering, we need to get some ideas, and try to bring him back into the company. Now, somebody asked him, I've heard rumors, but wasn't sure how true they were. I know this is a public chat, but are they looking to sell and kill the brand, or will someone buy the rights and continue the business? And he ended up mentioning that I can't disclose, but the bank who owns them has an agenda. So, another reply for the same user. I respect that. I kind of see where it's going. Thanks for the response. Not to sound like I'm kissing your butt, but I, for one, miss you in the community. I think a majority of us do now. Looking back for all the complaints that they ended up giving to him, I think some people are kind of regretting some of the things they actually were saying to him, especially people such as Rexer. But I don't think so. I think Rexer just hates everybody. I've been hopeful that you would return in some fashion and continue the game. I said last year that when John D departed, 1UP departed with him, which that's what I've been saying all along. But he said, thanks for the kind words. No, there's no real assets to buy that I can't buy myself. So maybe it could be potential if he ended up having enough money or earned enough money from Arcade1up. Maybe he could be looking for investors to purchase the company and actually run the thing fully himself. I did like the things that he did. I did like the weekly videos he started doing. I did like the unveilings he started doing. I know he didn't really speak anything to the leaked lists that I did many videos on, but that's fine. Typically, people who are CEOs, presidents, they don't like talking about these kind of leaked lists, even though it did give us a lot of hope for many of the games, especially when it came to titles such as Time Crisis. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Arcade1up really, truly is for sale? We know John D is going to have the contacts. He's probably already talked to a number of people over at the actual company itself to find out what the heck is going on. But there may not be a lot of people really to talk about when it comes to this. I mean, most of the stuff is coming straight from China. So post your thoughts below. Let me know what you think, whether positive, whether negative. Just try to be respectful, not just to me, but also to all the other users as well. So I do like the community that we've built. It's not a giant community, but I do appreciate all the feedback that you guys really do give me. And I do appreciate all the kind words from you guys with the last video. It's my first video that hit 1,000 views in a while, so I'm actually kind of happy about that. So let's try to get that this time. All right, it probably won't happen, but I can always hope. I can always hope. But make sure you hit that like and subscribe, guys. I will see you on the next video. Game on.